Okay, well, I'm here with Becky Howard, and Becky is currently the Lyon County Circuit Court Clerk, and she's also a candidate in the upcoming Democratic primary. Becky, thanks for your time today. Becky, going to ask you a couple of questions, and the first one is, why do you feel like you're the best candidate for this position?
Well, Todd, I am the only candidate that has any experience in the Circuit Clerk's office. I was elected your Circuit Clerk in the year 2000. Took office in 2001. Prior to that, I had worked in the office as Chief Deputy Clerk, so I learned the job from the bottom up. Started at the bottom. It's always been, when I got the job, I found out that it was a job that I could do, and I kind of dug in and learned all that I could, because I liked it. And my parents had taught me that if you find something you can do, then you stick with it and work hard on it and do the very best that you can at that job. And that's what I tried to do. I love serving the public. I love doing the work. Now, I do not like seeing people in trouble or with problems, but even so, someone needs to be here that they can talk to, and many times I can help them with a situation, and they seem to always be grateful for the answers that I give them. In this office, it is not about ideals. It is about the proper procedures for the case management of all these types of cases. We have cases that are confidential. We have cases that are public records. But even if they are a public record, we treat them as confidential. If you were to see me out at the ballpark and you say, well, who got pulled over out there on I-24? I saw them. They was walking the line. We're not going to tell you. And we wouldn't want someone talking about our private business, and we do not talk about their private business to anyone else. This job is an important job. As I said earlier, there is so much to this office that the proper procedures must be followed, or the cases there can be a problem in them. It can create confusion in the court records. It can create problems. It can help. People's license can be suspended if you don't do the proper procedures. People can have a criminal record that maybe the record's not right. There is a lot to learn. This is not a job that you learn in a month or two or even a year. I have employees that have worked here many years, and they are still learning, and they are still asking questions. To be a leader in this office, you need to know how to do the jobs. If you do not know how to do these jobs, you cannot lead at all. I've worked hard through the years to try to do the very best for people that I can. And I also insist, and I want it to be this way, that we provide friendly, knowledgeable service to everyone, and to do the very best job that we can do, because this is a public service. I truly feel that this is a public service that, even though we are paid to do the job, we still need to do the very best that we can with what we have to do.
Becky, my next question would be, what, in your opinion, is the role of elected officials as it relates to the community? Do you have any other obligations to the community other than the office you serve here?
I don't seek other titles as such. I do try to assist in the community in ways that I can. My primary role is to do the circuit clerk's job, and I will even come in after hours to assist people who need a license, so they don't have to take off work. And I also, it might be a weekend and someone calls me and says, I need a certified copy of my divorce because I'm fixing to get married and I have found out I can't get the marriage license without the certified copy of the divorce. I come in and I do that for them. So that is my primary job. And I answer emails from law enforcement at night. So that's my primary job. When The different groups have fundraisers. I am always contributing to that. The Project Prom is a recent contribution that I made. So as the playground, I made a contribution to that as well. We have tour groups here of the children that come around, and I always lead them on those tour groups. And I take them to each courtroom and explain to them what happens in the courtroom, where each party sits, and the children always love that, and they always want to see the jail cells as well. And at the end of that tour, I give them a popsicle, and we teach them one other thing, that it's not a good thing to litter. I give the teacher a sack for them to put their empty wrapper in, because I want them to know it's not pretty in the community, and it's also against the law. It's a little lesson right there that you can get a fine for littering. I went to the school before and talked to the children there about the court system. I have also provided literature to the teachers so that they can also teach something about the court system. I've also created the Facebook page of Lyon County, Kentucky Photos, and this was done on my own time. And Lyon County people, Vietnam vets. I have an office Facebook page. People in the community have really loved the Lyon County people and have really loved the Lyon County, Kentucky Photos. And I've had some excellent help in getting some photos out. But I also had someone who brought me a large volume of old newspapers, which I went through and scanned pictures, and people have really enjoyed it, and I have too. I got as much enjoyment out of it as they did.
Okay, Becky, I have one last question for you. Can you point to any one person or any one event in your life that you can say helped define your character?
There have been a lot of life events for me, but probably the biggest event was being raised by two people who were very loving but very strict, who taught me very good values. We were a poor family, so we had to work for everything we got. My father, the only public job he ever had was as janitor at First Baptist Church, and I was taught how to use a buffer and a mop and a broom and a dust rag there. We raised large, we called them truck patches, and sold vegetables, and I saw how that a dozen ears was not a dozen ears. It was more like 14 or 15, because one of those might be bad. So I saw how they treated people and how they wanted to be fair with people. That's what I try to do as well. So that was a big life event, and they taught me the value of working hard and to do it right and to work hard at it. Stick with it. Don't just do this or that. To stick with that job and do the very best you could. That's what I've tried to do, and I had an excellent example for that.
Well, Becky, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck in the race.
Thank you very much, Todd.